Hello again, everyone. So it has now been about 2 months since I went completely off of my antipsychotic medication. And just a reminder, that was kind of the last step in a 10-month, almost year-long process of implementing ketogenic therapy and subsequently being able to gradually reduce and eventually get off of my antipsychotic medication. Definitely watch the other videos that go more in depth into what that process has been like, but I did just want to provide maybe a bit of an update 2 months post that kind of last big reduction completely off meds. I haven't been sharing too much. We haven't been posting as much. I think I really needed to kind of prioritize getting through that kind of difficult period of really intense withdrawal post that final withdrawal. And also to just maybe take a bit of time to process this experience kind of for myself. But yeah, I did want to put something together that shares a little bit more about what this last 2 months have looked like, what I've been up to, and yeah, filling in the gaps a little bit more about what the experience of being 2 months now completely off my medication has been like. Baking powder.
Baking powder.
Baking powder. Check.
Check.
Baking soda. Check.
Check. Baking soda. Check.
How's our hair?
Good.
You like mom's hair?
Do you see my hair?
It's fluffy, hey?
Yeah, it's like a sloth. This one. That one.
Jingle bells.
This one.
Perfect
Thing.
fall.
His hair.
This
hair.
one.
You guys' hair. Teddy, do you want to see your hair? See?
Yeah.
How it's all floating up and mom's hair too?
Yeah.
So I've already shared in the video I posted a few weeks ago that the withdrawal this time around, going from 10 milligrams to nothing of my antipsychotic medication, lorazepam, was by far the hardest, the most intense experience of withdrawal symptoms. And it actually hasn't been until fairly recently that I've started to feel like I'm moving out of the withdrawal symptom experience. Throughout navigating the withdrawal symptoms, though, I really tried to just prioritize taking care of myself as best as possible. That meant making sure I was getting enough exercise, focusing on sleep, trying to prioritize taking care of myself and my family, and yeah, trying to enjoy life as much as possible moving through that difficult experience.
It's a history, my single Christmas song. Everyone joins in with glee, and you can sing along. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Hey.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Let's read Psychiatric next.
What are we doing here?
I'm a little cranky from withdrawal. Gonna go for a big long bike ride through a national park.
I mean, yesterday you went for a run and that felt good.
Yeah, it really helped. So I hope you're not cranky by the end of this ride. Now I'm just cranky because my legs hurt.
It was good, right?
Yeah, grounding.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely. We got to celebrate my daughter's birthday near the beginning of the month, and while I was still navigating difficult withdrawal symptoms, I do still feel like I was able to show up, throughout this period in ways that feel really, really good to me, and ways that exceed how I was able to show up and experience my life pre-ketogenic therapy.
Oh,
good shot, Max. I don't even know how you can. Okay, let's see this for you again, Teddy.
Something else really, really exciting that happened in October was that I had the opportunity to go to a metabolic psychiatry retreat put on by Metabolic Mind and the Psych group in Palm Beach, Florida.
Now, perhaps a criticism of this trip is going to be that, it's all a bunch of people who are like-minded and believing that metabolic psychiatry is the way forward. However, I really firmly believe that the people here this week are pushing psychiatry in a really positive direction, and they are creating and leading positive change in psychiatry, and I just could not be more thrilled to be here with them this week. So I could not be more grateful to Metabolic Mind and Psych Group for bringing all of these people, or change makers, together, and for giving me the chance to tag along as well.
It was so amazing and inspiring to meet these people working to move metabolic psychiatry forward, and to hear more about all of the incredible work that's being done in this field, and also hearing more from other people whose lives have been changed by this intervention as well. And so I really hope to be able to share more about this work that's being done, and to amplify this work, and to share it with you all in the months to come. I was still navigating withdrawal symptoms during this trip, and so I really tried to prioritize, especially on stressful travel days, making sure I was getting proper ketogenic meals, and focusing on my nutrition, and focusing on sleep, and making sure I was still taking care of myself as best as possible. I made sure to get out for several runs because that really helps me to feel stable and grounded, and I was able to get through it and really, really enjoy the experience too, despite still navigating symptoms of withdrawal. The week after I got back from Florida, I definitely noticed a marked decrease in my symptoms of withdrawal that I had been experiencing, and that definitely started to abate, which was great. But that week after I got home, disaster struck. I was faced with another unexpected challenge.
What are you doing?
so we think that Lauren might have just broken her ankle out on a little run.
I think we're home. I just put acid pool over my throat. So I broke my ankle while running. Now, breaking my ankle is not exactly directly related to my mental health or symptoms I'm experiencing or whatnot, but stuff like this is definitely an added stressor, especially because movement, and especially running and exercise and stuff, are such an integral component of what it takes for me to maintain my mental wellness. When that's kind of taken away through an injury like this, it can be really difficult on me. But it's been about 2 weeks now of navigating this and trying to do the best I can to stay positive and figure out how to kind of adjust my routine or what I'm doing to accommodate this. I'm really trying to still prioritize some form of physical activity. We've been going to the gym a few times a week just to kind of try to stay active still, and it is really, really helpful, even if it looks a lot different than what physical activity looks like when I don't have a broken ankle. And interesting to note, any time that I've experienced injuries that keep me from running and this sort of thing, I was in an air cast, I think a couple years ago, and it really, really impacted my mental illness. The stress that put on me and the reduction in my ability to cope through things like movement and whatnot really exacerbated my experience of symptoms. And so I think that's probably yet another really good sign that I am not on any psychiatric medication, and even when faced with a fairly big stressor like this, not only like a physical stressor on my body, but just kind of an emotional stressor in terms of, like I said, reduced ability to engage in movement and physical activity and just being a little bit down about that too. That stress is not leading to symptoms of my illness. I'm still pretty much symptom free. And so, yeah, I'm kind of in this space now, 2 months out from going completely off my antipsychotic and almost a whole year into using metabolic therapies and ketogenic therapy to manage my mental illness. And I think it's fair to say now that my illness is in remission. I really did not expect to find myself in this position of having no symptoms of my schizoaffective disorder that I struggled with every day for over a decade, and also not being on any medication just 11 months after starting ketogenic therapy. I shared at the beginning of this video that I've kind of been taking some time and space to process this all because, whoa, it's a really big change in my life. And I think this process of processing this all is going to go on for a while. But I'm really, really excited to get back into sharing as much as possible about this intervention for anyone who might be interested in trying it for themselves and figuring out how to make it as accessible as possible for other people who may be interested too. This experience has completely transformed my understanding of what's possible in terms of recovery, in terms of improvement of quality of life, and just my experience of life. And I want to share that with as many people as possible. Navigating these periods of intense withdrawal symptoms has been really, really difficult, and I don't want to downplay that. It has been a big challenge, but working with my psychiatrist and my care team to try to do it in the safest, most effective way possible, it's been really, really worth it. So this has been an update of what's been going on for me in the last 2 months since going completely off of my antipsychotic medication. It has been challenging, but I think I am moving out of the difficult withdrawal symptoms and, stepping back into feeling really, really good and feeling increased capacity again, and just an overall feeling of gratitude for my ability to engage in my life in a way that feels really, really good. The broken ankle is a bit of a setback, but I'm finding that I have increased resiliency and capacity to deal with setbacks like that. And while yes, this is also challenging and difficult, it is feeling more manageable than it has in the past. Even with the broken ankle, I've still been able to enjoy things like Halloween with my kids and just, enjoying spending time with them and enjoying living my life. I actually just recorded another video going deeper into describing my whole deprescribing journey of what it has looked like throughout the last year, going down on my antipsychotics to the point where I am completely off, and at what points each of those tapers happened, what kind of happened with each of those tapers, and what the whole process was like. So stay tuned for that one if you want to learn more about the deprescribing journey as a whole. Reminder, as always, please do not go off your meds or even make any adjustments without first consulting with your care team. It is a really potentially dangerous thing to be adjusting or changing on your own, and it needs to be done under the supervision of your care team. Talking with more and more people who are using ketogenic therapies to treat and manage their mental illness, the issue of deprescribing is one that is coming up a lot. And I am not totally sure our mental health care system is really equipped to help people navigate that. And so it's kind of something important to be talking more about and to collectively be educating ourselves and becoming better informed about. So a really great resource that actually just came out at the beginning of this year is something called the Maudsley Deprescribing Guidelines, and it was written by David Taylor and Mark Horowitz. Basically, it's a book outlining deprescribing guidelines for safely reducing or stopping psychiatric medications, and it's a great resource to maybe share with a provider who maybe doesn't know as much about it. I will also link in the description to a couple of videos that recently came out from Metabolic Mind that kind of go more into how keto and psychiatric medications can interact and what might be helpful to be aware of when implementing the two, and also giving more information about what it looks like to safely taper. Again, make sure to work on this in conjunction with your prescriber, with your care team. Thanks so much for watching this video, and as always, wishing you and your loved ones good health. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Let me bring this home.
Yeah.